What's up everyone? We're back with another episode of Guess the ELO today. Today's submission comes from gyombercub, who is going to be showing off some golden pack. He did warn me beforehand that there may be some misplays, which I totally understand. Golden pack is not my strongest suit either. But that being said, I'm going to be very happy to be analyzing some golden pack gameplay for once. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it. Let me know if it's a little bit loud, which I guess you can, so I will prematurely just reduce the volume. Here we go. Start looks relatively decent. I'm actually kind of thankful because it looks like this may have been properly recorded, like he has not been showing off the ELO to begin with, but afterwards I hope that he is going to be showing it off, as he loses the first turn. Super unfortunate, but there's not really anything you can do about this one, because he has a very high tempo start his opponent with a cricket and a duck. So I guess you're just supposed to be looking for triples. I don't really like taking this bulldog right here. Like, it could be a good purchase if you think it's going to be winning you the turn. So I guess we'll see if it's a good purchase or not, but I would just generally, like, if the opponent is going to be having her horse cricket start, I think it's easier to just accept the fact that you're going to be losing turns 1 and 2 and then just have a better turn 3 and onward. So let's see though, he did buy an egg, so maybe it does help him equalize, in which case I'm going to be looking like an idiot. But let's take a look. Looks kinda good. Actually, the trades look perfect right now, and you're even going to be winning. And you might think that it's a good thing. It's actually not that great of a thing, because now your opponent does get to regenerate the heart, and because they are playing on turtle pack, they get to play snails to increase their own HP at no cost. Whereas you have no level ups prepared, you bought an egg on a tier 1 pet that is most likely going to be sold within 2 turns. Like, even though you did win the round, I still am of the opinion that you should have maybe just conceded turn 2 and build up a better potential board for the future. But maybe you get rewarded for your decision. Let's take a look. I think Magpie probably is a pet that you're planning on selling. I do like the squid plus cherry combo in shop though, hopefully he takes it, which he very thankfully does. Goose he's not interested in, which makes me wonder, like, if you're not going to be taking the goose, then why did you take the magpie? They're super comparable, right? They're both tier 1s. But you do find double stoat and also an African penguin, which can all be good next turn. Maybe the African penguin less so. You choose to freeze the stoats. You're going to be going for a level 2 stoat cell. Very respectable. Opponent is going very high tempo though, which is extremely scary. Hopefully you can maybe at least win this round, or at least draw this round. Looks very good breakpoint wise, and you do end up winning. But yeah, this is very bad news for you, I think, since the opponent is going to be going even higher tempo moving forward. I'm not really sure why they didn't sell the duck onto their sheep and swan though. Maybe it could have been a difference maker. But yeah, we're focusing on your gameplay, never mind the opponent today. You do find a surgeonfish and another cherry, so you're going to be having a lot of HP, which is actually great news when you're going up against the summon team. You sell the silk moth, you buy a stoat, the other stoat remains frozen. Maybe I would have given up on the level 2 right here, just sell this stoat next turn, get a level 1 tier 3. Maybe it's like a Babusi, maybe it's something good, maybe it's something you don't need any further stats in or any further levels in. Once again, very luckily you do manage to get a draw right here, which is very nice. Opponent got a dog and also bought a meat bone on their cricket. It's kinda weird because, like, this board of the opponents actually looks okay, and with this team of your own you managed to draw, which is very surprising to me. I guess that just shows off the power of the new surgeon fish. But yeah, I guess now you take a half level on the start, which becomes a full level, and you find a sea lion. Sea lion absolutely incredible when you're going up against summons because you're just gonna stack some HP on your guys and then the summons are very quickly going to become irrelevant. I would perhaps even be thinking about this fig. Maybe it neutralizes the dog at the back, maybe it prevents a ram summon from the sheep. Maybe if he plays his cards very wrong, the opponent will let the horse be the lowest HP target, which we can then snipe with the fig. So a lot of good stuff can come out of buying this fig if you're ever interested in it. And you do buy it, very nice, on the sea lion as well. The problem with the sea lion is that if you want to build HP, you need to put the sea lion at the back. And if you do put it at the back, then the fig is going to be a little bit obsolete because you really want the fig at the start of the fight, or at least as early as you can get it during the fight. So you do compromise positioning a little bit, you put it third position, so you do get some attack, which I think is highly unnecessary, especially on these guys. Hopefully you don't get punished. Your opponent picks up a bison with no level 3s in sight. Very peculiar. Unfortunately you do lose, and that's a very frustrating loss as well. Like, you've been playing better than your opponent so far, I think. Like, especially with them picking up this guy. That's like, you really don't want to be losing to a player like this. So hopefully you get to turn this around. I'm really rooting for you right now. You find another squid. You find double lettuce. You probably know this already, but with lettuce you really want to find 3 guys to buff. Like, you could have sold the stoat right now to get your 3rd guy perhaps, or you could have just rolled for him like something like a betta fish, something like a muskox. A lot of good things you could have found. A flea. I guess you already have a squid, so you don't really need a flea. Bobusi, once again, worth mentioning, is that it's a good find. You only take the single lettuce and now you take an avocado. Yeah, a little bit awkward, but it's not a bad play turn. And very quickly I believe you should be stabilizing. Yeah, your opponent is just blindly going for levels without any thinking about the future that lies ahead. So even this turn you managed to draw, which is absolutely incredible. Because you have scaling, you have long term, you have units that you would love to replace, like this Stoat for example, that you would adore to sell on this turn in particular. Whereas your opponent just has a level 1.5 dog and a cricket with a meat bone. Like, that's their best that their board can provide. So here we go, you buy a lettuce, or not a lettuce, an avocado. Maybe a little bit unnecessary, but I don't really hate it. It's hard to hate on an avocado. You find a slug. Are you going to buy this cockatoo? Okay, a little bit of a note right here. Cockatoo gives the highest tier friend +2/+2. So you do have 2 highest tier friends, that being the sea lion and the slug. So 50% of the time this purchase will go on to the slug. And you don't really want that because in the shop you can already find a 4/4 slug. So just find the slug first and stack it onto your pre-existing slug and you're going to get a +4/+4 buff. No need to be bothering with this one. All that being said, if you do end up hitting the sea lion, it's going to be a lot better though. But of course you don't really want to leave things up to chance, and see, you do hit the slug, so it's a little bit of stats wasted, unfortunately. Sea Lion and Manta Ray are not the best combination, I don't think. Sea Lion, you really want to be buffing 4 other guys. With Manta Ray, you're restricting yourself to only 3 other guys. Selling the Surgeon Fish that has been carrying you so far as well is a little bit of a no-no in my opinion. Yeah, and see, you do find the slug. So, had you not bought the cockatoo, you would have had the same stats on the slug as well, but you would have been 3 gold richer. So, a lot of micro optimizations to be had, right? You find another lettuce, so you buy another lettuce. You're going to be going for a level 3 slug, which I find kind of funny. I don't think level 3 is necessary. Like, level 1 slug is already doing plenty of work. But let's take a look if it's going to be paying off with its higher stat summons. It's looking kind of okay. You lose by 1 HP, but that's a given. You just pivot it heavily into the Manta Ray, which I think is okay. You're going to be setting up for a level, I suppose, hoping to find a Bird of Paradise. A lot of stalls rolled in the shop, by the way, is what I noticed. You got a Falcon as well. You're thinking that you might potentially steal a deer. I don't hate the idea. Especially when you have a Manta Ray on the team, Falcon becomes kind of good. You can even put something like a Fig on it up at the front line, and it's going to be most likely sniping and killing something and then summoning that something to your side, which is most likely going to be this deer right here. So yeah, I don't hate it. It's a little bit scatterbrained how you sell your team every other turn just so you can buy the highest tier pets. I don't think that's how you're supposed to play. Like, you should only pivot when you have to pivot. It's kind of difficult to put into words. Like, some of the pets that you sold, you could have kept on your team, retaining your advantage and potentially saving up on a lot of gold as well that you did just waste by purchasing half of these pets. Whatever the case though, it's once again, it's very small micro optimizations, but they do add up a lot, so you do really want to be working on them. This is unfortunate. With the slug, it actually feeds the bus. It does end up in you getting a draw though, also, which is very nice news. You get your level 3. I guess you were hoping for the Bird of Paradise when you have the Manta Ray. Unfortunately, you didn't get it. Maybe some of the worse tier 6s you could have gotten. I guess Catfish would have been worse than the Jomber. I guess very ironically this is the Jomber right here. But yeah, let's see what you do. You go for the chocolate on the Manta Ray. Not horrible. I think Jomber right here is takeable in the shop over the Falcon. Especially when they have such heavy summons and a turkey. Speaking of the catfish, by the way, here it is. Wildebeest also not the best since you have no trumpet generation. Catfish could have been good if you hadn't sold the blue ringed octopus, but I didn't particularly hate the sell of the blue ringed octopus. Like, it's like, I don't even know how to put it. Like, golden pack, it's horrible to play and it's horrible to play against. If you wanted some proper golden pack advice, you should have gone to John Bear himself. I'm just going to be dismissing the pack all along. But you do end up winning right here. Like, it's very nice that you're getting a lot of scaling and you're also generating 4 extra gold every single turn. That is incredible for you. Going for a level 3 Manta Ray, probably not the best idea, but the shop keeps giving you chocolate, so that's fine. Buy sell of an oyster, I don't hate it. Like, the warthog is one of the stronger pets that Golden Pack has, but I don't think you need it necessarily. You're just going to be finding a Bird of Paradise and scaling out of control next turn anyway. Are you going to be winning this turn? The slug actually being so massive is making a difference now, and you're actually winning turns as a result, which is crazy to see. You get a level up, you find a cobra and a warthog. Cobra really is a consideration when your opponent's team looks like this and you have a big slug. Maybe the sea lion can be sold, maybe the falcon can be sold. Like the perfect vision for this board would be sea lion go and falcon go, and then get replaced by bird of paradise and cobra. And then you have 3 50-50 pets, one of them being the cobra, one of them being the slug. So you're going to be dishing out a massive amount of snipe damage. Maybe the game doesn't go long enough to where you can actually realize that end game, but I think you're free to do basically whatever you want at this point. You choose to go for the double wolf. You're going to be buffing up the wolf some more with the cockatoo as well. I don't hate the wolf. It's going to be spawning a lot of pigs, which are then going to be soaking up some snipes from the tiger snake they're surely going to get. So I respect it. Yeah, the chili is doing you in quite terribly, unfortunately, but you're still winning. Maybe you should consider a potato, just to make sure, like on the falcon. Once again, you find the shepherd, you find the cobra, you have another shepherd in shop. Like this falcon, I hope you realize is doing nothing. Not even the durian that it has is triggering in the slightest. So you can very easily replace this falcon for something better. Also, you have 0 scaling, so I hope you start buying something like a pretzel soon enough. This 1 HP on the falcon is actually very relevant. It gets it out of double chili range. You replace the durian with the tomato. You buy another falcon, you get some more stats and gold for the next turn, as well as a chocolate. Like, this looks very difficult to lose, to be honest. Yeah, they are, like, their team is so strange as well, right? They have stats, like they have level 2 monkey, level almost 3 penguin, but then again their other units are so small somehow. Like, how is that even possible? It's so strange, and hopefully you should be winning as a result of this strangeness. You get to copy a monkey, you get to copy a bus, you get to copy another bus, and you end up winning. That is incredible. That's such a good win. You should be able to win the entire game from here, I'm pretty sure. You sell the blue-ringed octopus, that's perfect. Getting double oyster. Maybe the guy, the little penguin right here is a consideration. I'm not really sure. Maybe you do need some attack to trade up with the penguin, because it will be getting some stats next, and it will be up to 16 HP. At the very least, up to 16 HP. But yeah, okay, you do buy it. That's actually great news. I'm proud of you. That's a good purchase in my opinion. Blue-ringed octopus is obviously better, but you weren't provided with one, and you also buy the pretzel. Absolutely perfect. Maybe potato could have been a consideration onto the wolf, but that's okay. Here we go. Another blue-ringed octopus and a pita bread. You could have bought that blue-ringed octopus if you had done it in another order, but it's okay. Should be winning, I'm pretty sure. You can even put the falcon up front. It's gonna be trading up with the penguin, and it's going to be stealing a monkey and a penguin and maybe even a deer. I think it can be decent. But yeah, that's all just nitpicking. Let's see how you do. Yeah, they do transition into the tiger snake as we expected. By the way, if you're a newer player, this is not how tiger works. Like, if you put the tiger behind the tiger, the second tiger does nothing. This tiger right here copies the snake. This tiger right here copies nothing. This team is honestly looking pretty scary. If you did give them some time, they would surely catch up to you and beat you eventually. But you're surprisingly enough having very strong tempo with mostly level 3 pets, which is kind of incredible to see. Here we go. You get sniped. A little bit unfortunate, but that's what the wolf is for. We did correctly predict that the pigs are going to be soaking up snipes. And from here it should be an easy win. Here we go. Incredible stuff. You end up winning. Let's try to guess the ELO. My guess would be like 1600 to 1650. I'm not really sure if you're going to be showing it off. Let's take a look. But yeah, a lot of room for improvement, but also a lot of good play. And I don't know if you can see this. It actually says 1686. It's a little bit unfortunate that the YouTube line goes right through that. But yeah, I'm going to give myself a good guess right there. We did say 1650. It's 1686. So yeah, a lot of potential in your play. I hope that Jomber coaches you a little bit and maybe you become like 1800, 1900 with golden pack. But other than that, this is going to be the video. Also, have you been seeing this, by the way? Is that in the capture? Is that in the screen capture? I've been watching a little bit of Attack on Titan recently. Whatever the case though, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care!